Peace, beautiful souls. So I think something we easily forget about is the solitude and integration portion of all the lessons that we come by throughout this journey, especially people who are more sensitive to changes and shifts and um, lessons. May that be for the collective or for you specifically. Sometimes we just like we can either sometimes we get caught up in other people's lives or just continuing in the same pattern that we have because it's easier that way than to really and sit with everything that you've just learned about yourself, about life, about whatever the case may be, and feel all that comes up, because recognizing certain things about yourself, like active shadow work, right? Recognizing things about yourself or your life that you are now being shown need to be changed or whatever the case may be. It's different things, right? But again, we can get caught up in everybody else's lives, our friends, our family, our lovers, all the things, or like I said, just continuing in the flow. And a lot of people, not a lot, well, yes, a lot of people don't understand that sometimes. And again, we do that to ourselves. What I'm trying to say is it's very important for us to take our spiritual solitude. And that doesn't mean like complete isolation of, to me, okay, there's difference between solitude and isolation. Isolation is just like you just don't want to be around anybody because you don't want to be triggered in a sense that's going to help you grow, or just not wanting to deal, versus solitude, intentional solitude, so you can sit with yourself, sit with your guides, sit with the most high, and truly integrate everything that you've just learned and let yourself feel all the things, right? Especially when you've done certain energy work, healing, or even just putting yourself out there in front of people, to be triggered, to see if all the communing with yourself that you've been doing already in the past, see how you respond now from this new version of you, and and in that solitude and integration period, also allowing yourself to just be, like you're doing, you're letting your body and your spirit alchemize everything that you've just been through, everything that you felt before, and now what you're feeling now. Do you get what I'm saying? And when I say just be, I mean like not actively doing stuff all the time, like letting yourself rest and integrate those things, because energetically everything is shifting, and that takes a lot. You need to be able to let yourself rest and just listen and just be in tune with your body, what your body needs, your mind, your body, your spirit, your soul, all the things. And again, it can be easy to just override that part, and then you find yourself repeating the same lessons, um, or seeing the same things happening again because you didn't truly let yourself go into that solitude and integration period. And another thing with that solitude, having other people's outside perspective all the time, it it doesn't always help. Like you don't always need that outside perspective. Even letting yourself be in that energy shift, we're not always going to be on high energy, especially in alchemizing periods and integration periods, because you're all these emotions are coming up, and um you having to really feel that without outside judgment, without someone like, oh, your energy's off. And I'm saying that specifically because I've been having conversations with my mom since I've been back from my trip from Belize, and she keeps saying like, what's wrong? Like your energy is off. I'm like, nothing is wrong, I'm just integrating. Like I learned a lot on that trip about myself, I let myself experience a lot, and now I'm having to feel the emotions. And then also I unblocked a lot of things during that trip that need to be felt, but nothing's wrong with me, and my energy is not necessarily off, it's shifting. And with that is not always, like I said, high emotions. It's not always just greatness. Like the spiritual journey is not all sunshine and rainbows, like those, we tap into our shadows and they're not always, I don't want to say they're not great feelings, because I'm so grateful to have felt the feelings I did, like the sadness and things like that, because I was truly scared. I blocked off certain things. And I don't know if y'all have seen before, but I always say, if you're blocking off feeling sadness, or you're blocking off um feeling anger or whatever, you're also going to block out the happiness and the deep love. Like you can't block out one without blocking out the other. You know what I'm saying? So that trip to Belize, like it unblocked so many things for me. And so I don't, yeah, like I said, I don't want to say like not so great feelings, because to me they're great, but I trust y'all understand what I'm saying. Overall, again, allow yourself the time and space to go into solitude, to integrate everything that you've been going through and learning, and alchemizing, and let yourself feel all of that. Even if it doesn't feel so great, it will. And do that with discernment as far as who you let around. We can't always be in complete solitude, some of us. um, but and knowing what not to pick up, like if someone's asking what's wrong with you or saying like your energy is off, you don't have to take that as it is. And I don't think my mom's going to watch this, but if you are, I know you know this is like no shade to you, but words are powerful. You don't have to pick up that something's wrong with you, because nothing's wrong with you. You're just going, you're integrating, you're alchemizing, and with that comes feeling all the feelings. So yeah, and there's been so many shifts happening in general to add on top of whatever you've been communing with personally in your life. So yeah, just a reminder to allow yourself to go into solitude, allow yourself to integrate those feelings and take your time doing so. You don't have to rush. Just because your spiritual knowing is like, okay, I get why this happened, let your the rest of you catch up. Okay, let the rest of you go through the motions. That's another thing that I've struggled with. um I don't want to say struggled with, but I've noticed about myself, like because my highest self already understands right away why things happen the way they did, I'm automatically, like I said, or I didn't say that, but that's a part of like letting yourself continue on the path you've been going on. You're just like, okay, take it and keep going. Like I understand it, but you need to go through all the process. You need to feel all the things too, not just tap into your inner knowing. I think that's all I have to say in this aspect. But I love you. I'll see you later.